Hey there, it's Kylie Menz here, and welcome to MyLifestyleShow.tv. It's awesome to have you here this week. I've got a great speaker lined up for you. For those of you that haven't been on the show before, this is a purely educational-based show. No sales pitches at the end. Yay, just here for content. And it's all about basically teaching women entrepreneurs out there how to give you the vision and motivation to create a true lifestyle business. And that's full of time and financial freedom designed around your life rather than the other way around. It is an interactive show, so I do encourage you to ask any questions. You know, we've got an expert here for an hour. You know, please do feel free to ask any burning questions you've got. You can comment on the box below this video if you're watching live on my page. If you're watching maybe from YouTube, it might be better to go to the event page and put a comment, ask any questions you've got in there. I'll be checking them randomly throughout. So, and if not, we'll try and check them at the end and make sure we pick up as many questions as we can. So feel free to be as interactive as you can. So I have the most amazing Karen Strunks here this week. Now, Karen is a speaker, she's an author, and she's a coach, and she's all about basically working with entrepreneurs who want life of freedom completely on their terms and who are willing to do what it takes. That's a big part of it. But then from that, they get freedom, money, success, and the lifestyle that they dream of. Today, she's going to share some of her story of how she went from an 80-hour week to a 20-hour week, or nearly 100-hour week, actually, in the beginning. We're going to learn all about mindset and motivation, so looking at what really it does take to live a life on your terms, how she stopped being a slave to her business, which I just love. I can't wait to hear all about that, and how to show up in your business and life every day and just have fun. And Karen's certainly got a personality and character to go with that. So we look forward to hearing some of her story. So again, please do ask any questions below the box. I'm just going to quickly check to make sure that you can all hear me and we are live. So if anyone can comment in the box below just to make sure you can hear me, that would be really, really helpful. I can hear myself. Oops. And I've just done something. Oops. Sorry about that. I made my screen go bigger instead of small. That was really funny. Sorry, I made my screen go big and I couldn't turn it off. So I am live. I can hear myself being played back. Yay, hey. So I'm going to hand it over to Karen. Karen's going to share her story, and then we're going to get into a bit of training for you and then answer lots of questions and answers. So Karen, welcome on board.
Awesome. Hi, Kylie. Hi, everyone. Great to be here tonight. And yeah, I've got a lot to say, a lot to cover, and I hope you find it all really, really interesting. And don't hold back on the questions. If you've got to ask anything at all, just fire away, and I'll be happy to answer it as honestly and openly as I can at the end of this session. And stay tuned at the end because I've got an awesome gift for you as well, which I think you're going to really love. So a bit about who I am, my background, and why and how I'm here today, I guess. My background is work-wise, career-wise, very traditional. I left school, not really any qualifications to speak of. I wasn't interested. I just wanted to get out into the working world, and that's what I did. But it was kind of the very traditional method of going into employment, leave school, and just kind of get a job. And I more or less literally took the first job that was offered to me, and that was in an office. And there began my office career, the 9-to-5 career, apart from a brief stint in the Navy for about a year. Somehow that happened when I was about 18, 19, or was it 20? And but then back to office life. I went and I worked in offices and did the 9-to-5 thing, and got, you know, pulled into the rat race, and then thought I'd better get a mortgage, and then, you know, just the kind of life society kind of plans out, dictates for you, that you kind of get swept up in, and that you don't stop to question unless somebody, you know, tells you something different. I didn't know any different. But what happened was, during that time, I would just sit in the office and literally stare out the window sometimes and just think, God, there must be more to life than this, you know. And I'd look at the people on the other side of the window and I'd just envy their freedom, even though I didn't know what they were doing during their day, or, you know, what if they had jobs or what they were doing. I just thought, God, I want to be on the other side of that window. I want that freedom. And I got very, very frustrated because I didn't know what the alternative was. I knew I didn't want this, the 9-to-5 thing, doing a job that sucked the soul out of me, in an office that didn't inspire me, doing work that I felt made no difference in the world. but yet I hadn't quite got the other part yet. And what happened was I got really, really depressed, like really seriously depressed, to the point, you know, where I was on antidepressants. I had months and months off work, big stints. There was times when I just couldn't get out of bed. I mean, you wouldn't have recognized me back then, and I doubt I'd recognize myself. And that was probably about 12 years ago or something like that, 12, 15 years ago, because you know, I lost a few years to depression while I was trying to figure out what the next thing was, apart from going to get another 9-to-5 job. And it really kind of came to a head one day, and I've blogged about it before. It was in a blog post called The Day That Changed My Life, and it was one of those life-changing days where I just had enough. I just couldn't take it anymore, and no matter what the alternative was, that I didn't know what the alternative was going to be, I was willing to take that chance and just walk away from it all. And that job of 10 years, I walked out of. I went into work that morning and handed in my notice and left that day, and that was it. And I had no plan, no money backup, no idea what I was going to do, but it was the best thing I did. And you know, there's a bit more to my story. I went traveling and then come back and moved house and did all these kind of life-changing things. Got another little part-time job, 9-to-5 kind of thing. And I walked out of that, and then I got another one. So this is like three steps to freedom, if you like. I got another little part-time job, fell out with my boss, walked out of that. So it's 3 times I've walked out of a job now without any plan and without a safety net. But I'm so glad I did, because it just shows what you can do when you make up your mind and you have that determination, and you just can't take the alternative of, you know, having somebody else be your boss and dictate the shots. Dictate what time you get up, where you go, what you can wear, what time you can eat, you know, the commutes to work, the bus, the trains, the sitting in environments with other people equally as miserable about doing their work. And that's what drives me now, is that freedom to do what I want, when I want, with who I want, and help people do the same, and make their break for freedom and create their freedom-based businesses and lives, and do it all on their terms without compromise, because that's what I've done.
That's just awesome. I had no idea how much alike we were. I kind of went through a similar-ish exit plan from work, originally leaving the first time round, went back to work, then virtually nearly got sacked the second time, and then just third time I had enough, wasn't going to have it anymore.
Yeah.
I was like, sick of living on their terms, and like I said, just being accountable to someone else, and just for me, it was dealing with the office politics and the bullshit that goes with it. I was just over it. I was like a high achiever, and I was sick of everyone else around me bitching about me being a high achiever, and I'm like, can't do that in a sales environment when you're the top salesperson and everyone else just wants to bring you down all the time. It's like enough's enough. Yeah,
there's always usually, what I found is there's always usually somebody in your work environment, and you don't get a choice of who you work with. You kind of have to put up with these people, and whether you like them or not, basically. So you have to suck it up, or do what we do and get the hell out of there. And it's funny that you had 3 attempts, and somebody said to me, it says success is like a spiral. You kind of go round things. Sometimes you build up to the actual the final success. So we had a few passes there, like we went back again, dipped our toes in left, worked back in, and we kind of covered the same ground before we shut off and did our own thing, basically. And that the last time I did that was 9 years ago, and I haven't looked back since.
Well, you're way ahead of me. I've only done 6 months.
No, well, you started. That's the main thing. You're doing it.
I've just lost my camera.
Oh, I can see you.
Can you? Okay, I can't see you. For some reason, I've just lost my whole screen.
I can see me and I can see you.
Very weird. Okay. I've just lost my screen. Okay, well, we'll carry on. I can't see you to talk to you anyway.
Okay, can you hear me?
Screen. Yeah, I can hear you fine. Okay. I'm just talking to a black screen, so I'm hoping it's recording there.
It still says it's recording, so fingers crossed. Oh, it's still live anyway, so fingers crossed. So I'll just tell you a bit more about my story that kind of brings you up to date, my kind of entrepreneurial career, if you like, because when I left my last job 9 years ago, my first entrepreneurial career was as a dominatrix, as you do, but that was a really, really empowering thing for me to do. Apart from leaving a job and leaving the 9 to 5 and setting yourself up on your own is a bloody empowering thing to do anyway. But with the dominatrix thing, it was really like I was positioning myself as somebody in charge, as a dominatrix is, and I was the boss, and it was kind of really reinforcing that move that I made. I called the shots, and you know, I say I started a business without a clue what I was doing, and I hadn't got a clue what I was doing when it came to business, when it came to marketing, when it came to doing anything, but I just did what I felt like doing, and I just had fun, and I like really called the shots when it came to clients. I didn't work with anybody that I didn't want to, and with regards to the money, you know, that was my price. There was no negotiation, so it was all like testing the waters of how to build this kind of career for myself, and I had a hell of a lot of fun. I just loved the pageantry of it, and the dressing up, and the beauty, and the makeup, and I loved bling and glitter and all that kind of stuff as well. So that was really good. But I've had a few changes of careers over the last 9 years. So the dominatrix thing, I used to love taking photos of myself, call it vain, or, you know, I used to put it on my website and on my blog, and I had a little compact camera. I didn't know how all the buttons worked, so I took myself to a photography class just to learn how to use my little digital camera. It was my first one, and then I discovered a passion for photography all of a sudden, and I was like, oh my god, this is brilliant. I bought myself a digital SLR. I went and got work experience at the local newspapers. I got my photos in print in the newspapers. I was a published photographer. I was like, oh, I'll be a photographer now. That's what I want to do. So that's what I did. I left the dominatrix side behind, and I became a photographer. And then I felt like I was entering a different ball game when it came to business. I thought, well, I'm in a proper business now. And I started looking to other photographers, which I never did when I was a dominatrix, but I just started comparing myself to other photographers, what they were doing, what services they were offering, how to do marketing, what prices I should charge. And I started, without being aware of it, it's only with hindsight, started thinking, oh, you know, what should I charge? How should I market myself? All these questions that I hadn't asked myself before started coming into play, and of course social media was prevalent in all throughout this. But I started thinking, what way should I use social media now? Getting a bit more tactical or whatever. And yes, I was doing what I loved. I was following my passion, but that was for about 10% of the time. The rest of the time was me figuring all this stuff out and you know, doing business in a different way, and it was more caught up in the admin side and stuff like that. So yes, so I was kind of thinking, oh, I'm still following my passion here, but it wasn't fully. But then I followed my passion in as much as I was. I started taking photos of the city at 4 a.m. and to cut a long story short, I launched a global project called the 4 a.m. project. It still should be online at the moment, and that was a worldwide phenomenon. It brought together my love for photography and social media, because I was developing a passion for social media at this point, and that brought a lot of you know, I don't know, I got known for social media. It was something very, very different when it started at the time. It was one of its kind, and I brought together community. So I got really known. I had built my reputation for social media and photography, and then seeing the power of social media and what it can do to bring people together, and to reach, you know, a worldwide audience. So with the project, I think over 50 countries at least took part, thousands of people, and you know, there's an archive of, you know, pictures of around the world at 4 a.m. So people would literally get together in groups and take photos. So I found my passion for social media, but of course that is full of rules and statistics and things to follow, and gosh, there's so much. And I made it my job, because I enjoyed it at the time, to learn everything there was to learn, and I would teach everything there is to teach. And I did many aspects of working in social media. So I advised like big, massive, well-known brands on the social media strategies. I represented big companies. I ran their Twitter accounts. I taught social media stuff, and I run my own events and stuff like that. But then I can't say anything in particular happened, but I just wanted I realized I was just getting lost in all these rules again, and I just wanted to let it go and give up all these rules that I had been teaching and had been advising people on. and it kind of morphed into what I do now, which is helping people create a life of freedom. So it's kind of going full circle, because now I don't follow any rules. I don't look to blueprints. I don't look for guides. I don't look at statistics. I don't do all the things that I was doing, and I just do what I want with who I want, calling the shots the whole way. And so it's nice to come full circle and have that realization, and you know, still follow my passions during, you know, throughout it all. Oh, you're still there, Kylie? I think you've disappeared. Kylie, I don't know if your camera has gone off. I'll continue anyway, and hopefully we're still going live. I'll just grab a drink because I chat a lot. And if you have any questions, oh yeah, Kylie's left the group chat. Okay, Kylie's out of here. I think I'm still here, so I'm going to continue. So let's get into the training bit for today. You know, it's kind of enough about me. We've got a few notes here. So one of the things that I said I'd talk about today is learning the mindset and the motivation needed to live a life on your terms and what it really means. So in the world of female entrepreneurship especially, you will see that term of live a life on your terms, have business on your terms. And I'm going to go into that phrase in a minute and what it means to me. But basically, if we are going to go to all the trouble, all the bother of running a business, building a business from scratch, doing what we love, then we better make sure that we actually do what we love, right? Why would we build a business around anything else? It seems crazy to do that. Now, this term, you know, life on your terms, business on your terms, it's very nice. And I just think it's a bit well worn. It's a bit old. It hasn't got the meaning behind it that it should have, because when I say you can have a business or life on your terms, I mean you can absolutely do it on your terms. And I would expect that the people that I work with to do it on their terms as well, whatever it takes. Okay? And there's not enough. Oh, hi, Kylie.
Hello. I don't know what's going on, but I've now joined. So
welcome.
It's saying it's still broadcasting, but I don't know what's going on. It's kicked me out completely. Very random. It went black and then kicked me out. So, but you were talking really well. I could hear you.
Yeah,
so you're doing a great job.
Okay. Just carrying on without you.
No, you're fine. It was great because I was like, oh, at least she's talking. So it's still streaming live as far as I can see. It was just me that got kicked out.
Oh, well, welcome back.
Thank you.
So I was just getting into the bit of the training about, you know, the mindset and motivation needed to live a life on your terms, really. So feel free to interrupt and obviously ask any questions as we go along there. Is that all right if I just chat about that?
No, but you're doing an awesome job. It's great because we want to learn from your expertise. So I'm fine. I'll sit on the sidelines for this one for the moment.
Yeah, sure.
I don't want to interrupt. I might cut you off again.
Well, you're more than welcome to. So I was saying that, you know, this phrase "life on your terms," I see it bandied about, but I think it's lost its meaning because it's very rare that I see people really push themselves to live a life on their terms and to withstand what it takes to push themselves out of their comfort zone. So we can get very comfortable and we're happy in our comfort zone, but it doesn't get us anywhere because, you know, the success that we want, the things that we want, the ambitions that we have are beyond our comfort zone. So this thing, when I say life on your terms, business on your terms, I actually mean it. I actually expect people who work with me to go full out and push themselves and withstand the stress, the challenges, and everything that goes along with building a business anyway, you know. And sometimes people with the sign of a bit of stress or a bit of a challenge, they weaken, they back down, and they go back into their safety zone, if you like. That's not everybody, but it is the majority of people. So I just wanted to clear that up about, you know, when I say life on your terms, I mean it. You go full out and you do what it takes. Day in, day out, and you don't give up. So that's kind of
that's really
powerful. Motivation.
That's really powerful though, Karen, because like you said, I think that, you know, unfortunately with most people, it's like you said, it takes a massive upset in their comfort zone for them to do anything. So like whether it's a death in the family or, you know, got made redundant, people wait for something happen before they go out and create the life that they really want. And, you know, it does take a lot of courage, a lot of passion to start something when you are in that. I don't know, because you were in corporate, I was in corporate, but I was earning well, and, you know, I was living a great life. So to break out of that comfort zone takes a lot of courage. And, you know, I hear it all the time, oh, I want to get richer, I want to earn more money and whatever. But like you said, people don't put the effort in. And they just won't take that step.
Gratification that is expected as well. I've noticed people get very, very impatient when
they want results tomorrow. You know, especially with like the online world. I've done a lot of online marketing, and, you know, I hear people, I want to build a business, and it's like, okay, it's going to take some time, and it's, oh, but we want to make money tomorrow, and you're like, really? Like, okay, it's easier online because there's obviously no big overheads, there's no shop, there's no staff. It's, you know, it's much easier, low risk to get in. It still takes time. It still takes time to build your profile and do things and learn the skill set that you need. Yeah, I find that fascinating. So yeah, sorry, go on.
Yeah, it is. Well, I just wanted to clarify what that term meant to me, and that I actually, you know, actually live. I don't just say it myself, I just live it. And I, you know, the things that I've gone through in the last 9 years, which I'll talk a bit about later on, you know, I've withstood things in my business that would have made most people crumble and run back to the 9 to 5, even though they hated it, even though that was like a bad alternative. But you have to make up your mind, if you're going to build a business on your terms, follow your passions and create the life that you want, then you do that, and you resolve to not, you know, weaken at the first sign of a bit of resistance that comes up in whatever form that takes. Because building a business, it is going to test your limits in ways that you've never been tested before. It's going to really, really challenge you. It's going to upset you. It's going to make you euphoric. It's going to make you happy. It's going to make you laugh. It's going to make you cry. And sometimes that can be all within the same hour of the day.
I was going to say, that was about the last hour for me. It is true. You know, I always say the journey of an entrepreneur is not a journey of business, it's a journey of personal development, because it is all about yourself.
It is. So is. You are going to learn so much about yourself, and that's why it's also a magnificent thing, because you'll discover things that you never thought you were capable of doing. You'll meet those challenges, and hopefully you'll rise to them and take them on, and then go on to the next one. You'll to earn your own money from being yourself and doing your own thing. Oh my God, that's amazing. The first amount of money I made was, I think, that I made online, and I thought it was $1 million. I just thought it was amazing. So those kind of achievements and those milestones and those tests that you're going to get, and you will develop more so than somebody who isn't stepping out of the comfort zone and who's taking the safest option in life and not following their dreams, their goals, their passions and their ambitions. So I've got a few notes here about kind of getting your head in the game and keeping it in the game of entrepreneurship and business and doing what it is that you want. And I've got 6 quick tips here. So is that okay if I just try and run through those quite quickly, Kylie?
Yep, feel free. That's great.
Okay, cool. So number 1, surround yourself with like-minded people who are on the same mission as you, or preferably on the same mission but a little bit ahead of you, so that you can see what they're doing, that you've got some people to look up to, but also, you know, with the people on the same kind of page or same sort of level or place on their journey. It's good to have that support and that kind of motivation, and to feel that you're not alone as well. That's really, really important. So if you're taking part in this today, obviously, you know, me and Kylie are here, and you've got both our brains to pick today, so take advantage of that. But there's also, God, there's a wealth of information out there. There's a million entrepreneurs you can follow. There's all sorts of resources and places that you can be, online groups. So find those people and surround yourself with them. That's very, very important, I think. Get a mentor. For too many years, I struggled on my own. I say struggled on my own. I was too independent. I was too stubborn to ask for help. And I just thought, I can figure it all out on my own. And yes, I did figure it out all on my own, but I think I took the long way around at times, you know. So don't do that. Find a mentor. Obviously find the right mentor for you, one that you really connect with, one that you respect and admire, and not just one because they're making $1 million a month or a year or whatever, you know, not just for that arbitrary reason, but somebody that you really, really want to spend your time with, because you will be if you have them as your mentor. Other people in your life. Now, people will either raise you up or drag you down. If you have friends or family or colleagues or anybody in any respect who doesn't enhance your life, that doesn't believe you, that doesn't believe in you, that doesn't support you, that has a negative impact on your life in any way, I say get rid of them. I don't mean throw them in the River Thames. Though it could sound like that, but eradicate those people,
or spend less time with them, maybe, if they're family.
No, I'm quite adamant that you don't have to, blood relatives or not. I'm quite firm on that. And if people think that's harsh, I think it's essential, because to spend a minute in this company of somebody, relative or not, who's the wrong person, to, you know, who drags you down, who, you know, 1 minute with one person like that can affect you for the next day, you know, and you've got a life and a business to create, and doing it, you know, it takes an awful lot of time and energy, and you can't have somebody interfering with that mindset, you know. And that's how I keep my mindset as it is, because I just don't tolerate anybody that will, you know, have a negative impact in my life. And and as you grow on that personal development and that entrepreneurial journey, you know, sometimes relationships will change automatically, and kind of, because you're just doing something different, and friends, they find it hard with the change, and friendships do change anyway. So, but obviously you make your call whether you stop speaking to your mother or not.
But I agree with you. It is so important who you surround yourself with. Totally. 100%. Yeah. Since I started going to events and surround myself with people that are doing what I want to be doing, my business has gone through the roof.
Brilliant. Yeah, it does. It up levels you. It just takes your mindset on a different place. And you are the average of the people that you surround yourself with. I truly believe that. So if you've got, you know, bunch of no good friends, that, you don't mean no good and isn't horrible, but, you know, people that just are criticizing you or putting little chinks in the armor that you've built up, then it isn't good for you. But like, you know, like you say, Kylie, the right people will raise you up and take you to new heights that you wouldn't have, you know, imagined. And it's really, really important to find those people. Another thing about the mindset and motivation is to keep your motivation going, is to remember your why. Why are you doing this? So I don't think creating a life and business, yes, you know, I'm all for making money, I'm very money friendly, but I don't think money is the reason for doing it. I don't advocate that anyway. And times will probably get tough at times, and it's your why, your reason for doing this, why you're here, who you're going to help, that is going to keep you going day in and day out during those times when, you know, you might feel like you're on the loneliest journey in the world, even despite your mentor and the people that you surround yourself with. Sometimes it can be kind of very isolating. So you've got to have that big enough why, and it can't be just a little why. It has to be a big why you are here, why you are doing what you're doing, and that will get you through a lot of the hard times, should you you know, come across any. To last two, keep your, you know, your focus at the forefront of your mind of what, you know, obviously why you're doing what you're doing. And one of the ways to do that is to journal, to write. I started actually drawing out my vision and making a change from writing it out. But just keep it at the forefront of your mind and do that. I'd say make that a regular habit, like first thing in the morning and last thing at night. Keep your focus on your goals. Yeah, I've got a vision board and I've got all my doodads up there, you know, my motivational pictures and stuff like that. So, but do keep it at the very, very forefront of your mind. Keep reminding yourself so it becomes ingrained in you every single day. And finally, 6th tip: reading, watching, listening, partaking in, finding the right people to learn from. Feed your brain and keep your mind focused and inspired as well. And I find, you know, reading and watching and listening to podcasts and, you know, webinars and training like this is a really, really good way to do things.
Yeah, they're awesome, and yeah, all stuff that I practice as well. And I think you'll find most entrepreneurs do at some stage.
Yeah.
They have these as daily habits, not as just like you said, one-off things. I know listening to podcasts on the train when I was still in my job trying to get out,
Yeah.
was the best thing for me because it just kept me going. Okay, that extra hour I spend in the evening working is worth it. And I think the other thing, very visual. I think visualization is really prominent. We say people, what does your car look like? And they can always reel off what their car looks like. And it's like, well, you know what your car looks like? That's how you've got to know how your vision looks like. So the more vision you can make it, the more powerful it's going to stick with you so that you can reel it off when you need it. Like you said, when you get stuck or, oh my God, what am I doing today? Why am I doing this? Then you've got it in front of you all the time. And visualization, I have checks around my room. I have checks next to my mirror when I'm doing my hair, and I know exactly what my vision is for next year, my target. Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah, that's all so important. Just keeping that vision alive, and those daily reminders, however you do it, is going to do that. It just can't be underestimated, the power of that.
Awesome. Now let's go into my favorite one. I want to hear about how you went from 80 hours to 20 hours. What did you do?
I changed
big
that
secret?
overnight. I literally changed. So for years, I worked 80, 100-hour weeks. I didn't log in and log out and keep track, but I did work a lot in my business. And I just thought, that was just the way of entrepreneurship. That's what you had to do when you run a business. And there was this kind of, I don't know what the word is. Sorry, I can't think of the word. But, watching other people working in their business, and they'll be like, oh, 9 o'clock on a Friday night, I'm still working on my business. Oh, Sunday morning, I'm still working on my business. And it was kind of a competition almost sort of out there in the ether of the internet, sort of who does the most hours, who's the biggest martyr to their business, who's, oh, I've got to do my to-do list. Oh, I've got to do, and kind of the moans that come along with running their own businesses. But I got absorbed into that, and I thought, well, it's just the way it has to be. That's just expected. That's just the payoff when you leave the 9 to 5 and stop working sort of, 40 hours a week. You start working 100 just to avoid going back to the 9 to 5. And I truly thought that was the way it had to be. And I was a slave to my business. It had my attention 24 hours a day practically. I would dream about it. I still dream about it now. But how I made that change was literally overnight. And it was actually with one of your previous lifestyle interviewees, Kat Laterzo. And if I don't know if your viewers have seen her interview, but if you haven't, go and watch that, because she's awesome. She's a big inspiration in my life. And I spent 3 days with her in London last August, the end of last August, and I literally changed it overnight, because she helped me see that my dream business wasn't working 80 to 100-hour weeks for a start, but she helped me. I don't know. She gave me that confidence that actually I could have the business that I wanted to, and I changed it to 16 to 20 hours literally overnight. After I left that 3-day course with her or event, I took off traveling around Europe for 2 months. So whilst I was traveling, I did not want to be doing those crazy hours whilst I was meant to be seeing Europe. So I literally did 16 hours a week, maybe 20, and I would do my work in the morning and then go off exploring in the afternoon. And how I did it, a lot of it was, prior to doing it, my work was, a lot of it was inward facing. It was, I was giving a lot of stuff too much importance that wasn't that important. So I was faffing about making things pretty. It was taking ages over things that could take 5 minutes, literally. I was setting, I couldn't even tell you what the kind of stuff I was filling my business with. Setting up tweets in advance in case I was going to run out of something to say, or setting up blog posts in advance, like I'd ever run out of things to blog about, or taking a week to write a blog post, whereas now it's like 30 minutes written and out there into the internet. Checking on website visitors, I don't do that at all. All these kind of things that didn't really make that much difference, and I wasn't using my time as efficient. I thought I was so efficient. I thought I was, and I wasn't doing all the stuff that mattered. I was putting the stuff that's giving that the least amount of attention, which, I changed it to the other way around. I used to read a lot of blog posts. It's not my job to read blog posts. I read about 3 or 4 blogs now, if that. So what I did you know, in my defense, I just didn't know any better. I just thought that was the way, you know, business was done. But, you know, that's just what you have to do when you're in business. But you don't have to have your business look any way that you don't want to, and you can have it looking exactly how you want to. So now, how I've changed my business, and I'll tell you the breakdown of the hours that I actually do. Now my business is a lot more outward facing. I act very quickly. I act on inspiration, like literally when the inspiration strikes. If you see something out there, it's because I've literally just thought about it and not planned it a month ago to schedule it. I've got a lot more freedom in my business, and it's more outward facing. Is it in as much that I'm helping people more? I'm out there helping people rather than faffing about with technical bits here and there, if you know what I mean. So I'm more involved with people and more involved with communities and stuff like that. And just getting to the heart of the matter, heart of what I do, which is helping people to have that life and business that they want to. And I'm actually, you know, actually helping them do that, and sort of on the ground there with them and helping them. So that's how I've changed things. I've just dropped a lot of the stuff that doesn't matter. And here's what I do now, okay? So I've broken it down, and this is for 12, this is 16 hours, and I give myself another 4 hours just as leeway. And this is what I've done, and especially when I went around Europe. So it's 4 hours, which is blogging and writing my newsletter. So that's the stuff that goes on my website and I send out on Facebook and sending out my newsletter. So that's maybe an hour a day, 4 hours. 4 hours content creation or promoting or marketing. So at the moment I'm running a new program. It's just started today, and it's I'm creating the content for it over the next, there's 21 days this one lasts for. So I'm creating the content for that. So that might be take an hour a day. If I'm not creating content, then I could be using those 4 hours for promoting myself or for marketing myself and putting stuff out there in that way. 4 hours a week for coaching calls with clients. So I don't take on a big load of clients. I just have like enough for 4 hours a week. And that's what I do. 1 hour a week for emails. I just don't get overwhelmed with emails anymore. I used to moan about emails, think they were, oh God, do my emails. No, take me 5 minutes a day now. I just don't encourage that kind of email communication that just drags on and on and on. Short, efficient, to the point, and it gets, you know, that's it. An hour a day, an hour a week dedicated to time and especially money tracking. I'm very, very big on that. And so I spend, you know, at the end of the day, I track my money. So I take like 5-10 minutes a day. A couple of hours outreaching on Facebook, on Twitter, chatting to people, connecting with people. So that's kind of 16 hours, another 4 left over to do what I want. And, you know, I do allow myself to go over this from time to time because I love what I do. I'm passionate about it, but I do not let it get to the crazy 80, 100 hour weeks anymore. I just do the important stuff. And those things for me that I just listen to you, that's the important stuff. That's the stuff that makes a difference to other people and to me and my business.
I'm just gone quiet for a change. It's really interesting because obviously, you know, I've been working with Kat as well and building my membership site. So kind of I know that's what she promotes, but it's really, really lovely to see someone that's worked with her actually have those results, because, you know, you can always hear it from someone else and you read testimonials, but it's really fascinating actually how you physically implement it in your business on a daily basis, which is really powerful from a mentorship point of view, but from you showing what you do because you react and you know, put that into your business. And a lot of people don't. They'll hear stuff and they'll go, oh, that's great, that's really cool, and then they'll go away and they don't act on it. And it's like you've got to be, you know, you've obviously absolved what you learned and acted on it. So that's how you change your business. But what a very powerful structure, really powerful structure. And I'm just sitting there going, how much have I been faffing around today? I'm like, how much techie stuff did I work on today? Yeah.
I love
do you do much outsourcing, Karen, as well? Do you incorporate outsourcing? No, you don't?
Do it all myself.
Cool. Well, I'm just a bit like, I'm going to hang 5 on that one and really reassess mine.
Yeah, well, you can have that, but design your business. How do you want your days to look? That's what I did. I wanted to kind of get up at 6, start work about 7 or 8, finish work by midday, kind of have that kind of lifestyle, and then have the afternoons free. And I still work on my personal development. It's not like come midday I kind of put my feet up and put the telly on.
I can't imagine you doing that. No.
Matinee or black and white matinee. I'm still active,
stuff,
but I've done the most important stuff, the stuff that matters, to myself and my business and my clients. And it is totally possible. You just have to obviously be strict about your time and be very, very focused. When you work, And
I think that's the key thing. I like batch working, so I do a lot of batch working. So especially for videos and things like that, I'll batch and I'll do instead of doing one video and then getting all set up, I'll do 5 videos, 6 videos in a row, and that's my content for the week, and I don't have to worry about it. So I like batch working. So I try and work in, like you said, hour slots and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that's another whole level again to what I've been doing. So I'm gonna rework my business. So that sounds really fascinating. Very powerful.
Well, you can work out what works for you, and then, as you've just said, you just take the action, you just do it, and adapt as you go. And if it doesn't feel right, you change it.
Fantastic. And I guess that's how you have so much fun in your business. Then that's kind of the last tip of how to have fun is, I guess, because you've got that freedom. You know you've done the work that counts. Then enjoy yourself a lot more, can't you?
Yeah. So it's the fun part for me is just showing up and waking up every day, knowing that I've got the freedom to do what I want, knowing that the people that I'm going to be working with are my type of clients, because I'm just myself in my business, and I don't hold back. I have opinions. Everybody's got the right to be themselves, so I absolutely take on that right, and I'm absolutely myself in my business and everything that I do. I love expressing myself, and that's what I would want for other people, and certainly, well, everybody who's in life. You've got to walk around being yourself. But I found that when I was working 9 to 5, I couldn't be myself. I had to very much conform, and I'm very much a non-conformist. So now, you've got the freedom to be yourself, express yourself, say what you want, do what you want, and throw away the rule books and the blueprints and the steps and trust your intuition, trust your instincts, trust your inspiration when you get it. And if you wake up or whatever time of day that you have an idea for something, act on it there and then that day. Take a step towards whatever that idea is, to making it happen. Announce something there and it. Don't even think about it. Don't even plan it. I just allow myself to just go with it. I want to do this. Okay, here it is. It's out there. I've emailed people. I've put it on Twitter. Who wants to do this? Sometimes there's no response. That's fine. That's okay. I'm willing to have no response in order for me to, act with that inspiration and expression. Sometimes there is a response, and that's brilliant, so that's great, but I don't hold back. So do what comes naturally to you. You can't on somebody else's success, if that makes sense. The only way that you can do it, and yes, everybody's here to help each other, and I can tell you what works for me, but what works for Kylie is going to be something completely different. What works for you is going to be something completely different still. So find your own route to success, and you can only do that by trusting yourself, and being yourself, and allowing yourself that freedom to make up your own rules, if you like, and break the ones that feel that don't fit you or constrain you in any way. Don't be afraid to experiment in your business. Don't fear failure. I don't think there's really anything such thing as failure. What is the worst that can happen? For me, the worst that can happen is I'm going to die. I'd rather not happen, but I don't think me expressing myself, me living my life how I want to, me helping people is going to immediately cause me to die. So that's kind of failure to me. So what's failure to you? Take a chance. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're in this business, you've got to be willing to take a few risks. There's nobody has built success without taking any risks, believe me. So, just be open to risks, just have fun. Don't fear failure, because you can't fail, you won't fail. And on that subject, with regards to your goals and your ambitions, if you keep on going, if you do not give up, you cannot fail. You will get to where you want to be. and it's a continual journey. You'll get to where you want to be, and then there'll be another place that you want to be. You know, it never kind of ends. It's kind of relentless like that, but it's also kind of drives you, and it keeps you going as well. Just and that little bit about, you know, having fun in your business every day. What I do, and we've touched upon this earlier, Kylie, people having a morning routine, and journaling and writing stuff like that, that is really, really important. There were many years when I didn't have that morning routine, but once I've implemented it, I've realized how important it is. It's setting up your day and starting it in the right way. The first hour of your day will set you up for the rest of your day. So personally, I take in something positive, whether it's a podcast, whether it's reading, or maybe watching something, or, you know, listening to something positive, something inspirational, something that will set my mind for success that day, in whatever form. Sometimes I'll journal, sometimes I'll do my visioning that I've just started doing recently, my drawing, and it's just like just fun. And I'd be too embarrassed to show you my drawings, but you know, just have fun. It looks like a 3-year-old.
And they like stick figures.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. That's like you said, what works. That's really cool.
So
yeah, morning routine is crucial.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And allow people to get to know you, and you can do that by just expressing yourself, because people will buy from people that they know and that they, you know, like and that they trust. So just allow people to get to know who you are, and then help them. I'll kind of wrap things up because I'm aware of time going on.
Awesome.
But I've said everything that I wanted to say.
We could definitely talk for hours. I know we could. Yeah, a couple of questions. I had one question emailed in from Belinda, who sent me a message. She's not on Facebook, fun enough, but she knows me, so she's been keeping an eye on some of the stuff that I was doing. And she just asked about getting started. She's wants to leave corporate, but she doesn't have a lot of funds. So she's like, how do you go from, you know, not having a lot of money to getting maybe your first few clients? How do you start, basically?
Well, you can start where you're at. So if you, I mean, I took the plunge and walked away from my 9 to 5 and just hoped for the best, and it worked out. I know that's a bit of a risky way to do things. So you could build your business around your 9 to 5, and it does take a lot of dedication, and it is very, you know, you have to be very, very committed. But in those snippets of time that you have while you're traveling to work, like Kylie said, she listens to something on a podcast, while she's traveling. But you can do things on your way to work, in your lunch hour, and when you get home in the evenings and weekends. I don't know your situation, Belinda, but you can start building a business around your 9 to 5 job. So kind of make it your 5 to 9 to do your business. And also just get out there, get networking, allow people to get to know you, put a website together, get on Facebook, just have a basic web presence. Don't get bogged down in prettiness or waiting for it to be perfect. Put who you are, how you can help, and then start networking with people. Then, you know, when you find ways to help people, I don't know what it is that you're doing, but help people as much as you can. Build your reputation, build that trust, build that people to getting to know you, you know, all the things that you've just talked about, and start putting offers out there, offers of your services. And that's how you do it. It's just kind of building a business it's very simple in a lot of ways, and in other ways it's not very, it can be kind of difficult. I know that sounds like a contradiction, but you do have to let people get to know you, help them, let them build that trust, get to know you, and then make an offer of whatever it is. But you must offer things for sale, and don't be afraid to do that. You know, if you know that whatever it is that you're offering can help people, don't be shy, because I think a lot of people, especially when they're first starting out, there can be a block about asking for money, and they end up doing things for free, like I did a lot with my photography. You know, they end up working for free to get testimony. You know, I would do no more than 3 things for free and then ask for money. You know, that's it. Start making money in your business, start making offerings, and you know, offerings, yeah, that's the right word, I think. Start offering what your services and putting things for sale. Literally do it like that. And when you do one of the simplest ways that I do my selling, if you like, is via my online presence, via my blog posts, which is written, my videos, and you choose whatever method suits you. You don't have to do everything. You don't have to do podcasts. You don't have to do audio. You know, just do whatever suits you. But one of the simplest ways that I do is write a blog post that is hopefully helpful, motivational, inspirational, gives advice, that does something for the person who's reading it. And then I literally put a PS at the end going, PS, by the way, I'm doing this, or I've got this for sale, or I've got this free thing I'm giving away. I put a call to action at the end. So it's not just a one big sales page. It's content that is helpful, useful to know me, and obviously helps them hopefully as well, gives them something. And then I put just like a little comment at the end going, right, this is happening in 10 days. I'm launching this. This is for sale. You know, do that kind of very, very simple, easy call to action.
Yeah, that's really good. I think, you know, I've obviously got 10 years sales background, and you know, I don't like sales anymore. I wouldn't do hardcore sales anymore. I've done a lot of hardcore sales over my time, but even when I was doing hardcore sales, it was all about relationship building for me. So you know, even when I got into recruitment and it was meant to be all this, you know, call and all this sort of stuff, I didn't. I developed really strong relationships with my really good clients, and they came back to me all the time. You know, I went out of my way to go and meet them. I just did stuff that the other recruitment consultants weren't doing. And I think that's the key, is like, you don't have to become a salesperson when you're making money in a business, but yes, you do still have to ask for it. And I think that's a lot of people get hung up on asking for it. And I know so many people, and I was the same, and you know, I still am sometimes, is, you know, I didn't want to ask. I was just doing stuff naturally, helping people, and then you're like, oh, I should be charging for this. Like, I've sat here for 2 hours with you and rebuilt your business, and it is getting into that, you know. And because I do strategy, so I do a lot of strategy sessions. That's what I love to do, and so that's actually what I do now and charge for it. But at the time, it was like I didn't think I could charge just for strategy. It was really interesting. So I'd got that in my head. I was like, I can't charge just for strategy. They want stuff done, and it's like, no, actually they don't. And yeah, so I was having too many conversations I wasn't charging for, and now I'm starting to charge a lot for what I'm doing as well.
And doesn't it feel better?
It does, yeah. And I think, like you said, I agree with the, you know, if you're not feeling confident or you want to test a few things, like you said, only do one or two, test it out, get testimonials, and see how it goes from there.
Also, another way of just getting started and just testing the waters and feeling, you know, getting used to selling stuff is obviously whatever you sell at whatever price, whatever service, make sure it is obviously valued to the person who buys it. But also just to get some money coming in when you first start out, and get that confidence going that you get when you make your first sale and make your first, you know, get your first payment in your bank from your own business and from your own effort. I mean, it's really, really brilliant feeling. Offer something that is just really, really good value, but put a really good price on it that people just, you know, it'd be impossible for them to say no to. You know, and I think that's a really, really good way. And sometimes, even if you're in business and just to get the cash flow going again, is to offer something really, really high value, really kind of fairly low price, but that feeling of when you're in business making that first sale, if that's what it takes to kind of get you going, then don't be afraid to try that as well.
Yeah, I think that's really good. I know I did that when I first started making money online. And when you get that first sale, even if it's only $20 or whatever, it's like you said, oh, wow, I can, the confidence you can, because you can do it. Then you go, oh, I've done that once, now I can do it again.
Yeah, and it's using that confidence then to keep you going. Then you ride on that confidence and keep putting stuff out there. It's great. Yeah, it really gets you going, doesn't it?
Powerful. And I did have a question. What did I write? I think you answered mine. I asked about daily practices, rituals, because I know obviously you're very strong with that. Yeah. So I think I guess obviously I'm really passionate about, like you said, creating a lifestyle business. What do you think it takes as a character to really kind of, from a personal point of view, to become successful creating a lifestyle business? And what does it mean to you?
The character you need to have, whether you have that character or you develop that character, it could be either or. I certainly think whatever your character, you will develop your character even further through entrepreneurship. I don't know what, I think you have to have that wanting for something more than the normal life, or else you'd be doing the normal life. You have to have that bigger vision. You have to have that kind of even if it feels so far away, what it is that you want, you have to have the guts to go for it. And the resolve and tenacity, I think, is a big one. I think that is a big character trait as well. Develop your T-bone, as I call it, your tenacity to never give up, never give in, just keep going day in, day out. Sorry, I can't remember the second half of your question there. Oh, have you frozen? Oh, you've gone all frozen, Kylie. Hope we're not going to lose you. Okay, well, we've lost Kylie, I think, temporarily. Hopefully she'll come back and I'll answer her question in full. Couldn't remember the second half of her question there. But whilst we're waiting for Kylie to come back, and if you have any other questions, I'll answer them, obviously. So just let Kylie know and type them wherever you've got to type them. I don't know what you're looking at on your side of the thing, but into YouTube or the event page. I want to tell you about free gift you get. Yay! So I've got a free gift for you, and it is pretty awesome, I think. Let me just get a drink. I've been chatting a lot.
Right, can you hear me okay?
Oh,
I lost you for a minute.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, sorry, my internet connection dropped out completely.
Oh, that's
I'm having one of those days, aren't I?
Don't worry. I didn't answer the second half of your question, Kylie. I couldn't remember what it was. You said something about the character. Oh, I think you've gone again. Okay, Kylie's dropped out. So as I was saying, I've got a gift for you, and it is called Make Money Your Bitch. Not Make Money You Bitch, Make Money Your Bitch. And this is really, really powerful stuff. It's something that I've put together about making money. So we've discussed a lot of things today about the mindset, the motivation, the kind of hours that you can work, doing a business on your terms, living the life that you want, the tenacity that you need to do that, the motivation, the mindset, the morning routine, everything else. But we haven't really discussed making money in much depth. And that is, of course, part of business, and very, very important part of business if you're going to survive. So I have got a gift for you today, and that is my course called Make Money Your Bitch. Oh, and I think we have Kylie back.
Yay!
Yay!
Apparently I got told you weren't authentic and I wasn't allowed back in. I'm having one of those. I'm definitely, I can go weeks on this show with no techie issues whatsoever, and then one show I'll have like all three in one go. I even took a photo of it. It said that you weren't I'm having authentication issues.
Oh no, we're very authentic, aren't we, Kylie?
Are you trying to hide stuff from me? Is there stuff I should know? So you were just making your awesome offer. Yes, you've got an amazing offer for my crowd.
Yeah, I didn't finish answering your question. I'm aware of that. So there was two parts to your question, I think, and I didn't answer the second part. And I don't know if there's any other questions as well.
Okay, let me just check online. Do you want to answer the last part of the question? Then I'll just check to see whether anyone else has got any other questions.
I can't remember what it was.
Oh, it was just your lifestyle business. What's the one thing you love about it now? And what's one thing we see for the future, Karen?
Okay, what I love about it now is that I have the business that I want, and I get to do what I want. I have the freedom that I want. I can get up when I want. I wrote a blog post just today, I think. It's called 6 Measures of Freedom in Life and Business. And that's nobody's calling the shots. I don't have to be anywhere I don't want to be. I can, I can get up when I want. I got up at 5 a.m. this morning. So I start earlier now than I did when I was working for other people. I drag myself out of bed. But, so it's those kind of things that I'm very happy with. Where I want it to go to is to have a bigger reach with even more people, and to, yes, make more money, yes, help more people, yes, kind of just where I am right now, but times 10 or maybe 100, maybe 1,000. Why stop there? But just big it up a bit in terms of scale it up, I think so the correct business term. Big it up. So yeah, just increase everything.
Fantastic.
And continue having the freedom that I want and being able to do what I want and helping people do the same and never ever, you know, giving up at a little hurdle.
Awesome. And I know you will. You'll make impact wherever you go, because you are.
Oh, thank you.
Lovely. Did you want to share your gift then?
Yes. So I only got as far as the title, which is I'm giving away my free course, or a course for free. It's called Make Money Your Bitch. So it's just saying, Kylie, when you dropped off there, we've talked about a lot of things. We haven't really gone into money in that much detail, but hopefully this course is going to cover it in a lot of detail, because I'm very money friendly and very pro money and very all for talking about money openly and discussing it and, you know, making as much money as you want. So it's an important part of business. And this is a course that I put together, and you'll get the first piece of training as soon as you sign up tonight. It'll get it straight away, and then over the next 6 days you'll get another piece of training. It's audio training. So I'll just run through the 7 modules really quickly. You're going to learn how to pursue your goals and build your business regardless of your fears around money and what your bank balance says. The thing with making money, I believe, is 90% of it is mental. It's your attitude towards money, and you know, the rest of it is, of course, taking action, making sales, making offers. But we can have a lot of hang-ups mentally around money. So this is why I've created Make Money Your Bitch. How to stop hiding away when you're scared about money, or you're feeling fearful about money, or you haven't got very much money in your business, and take empowering action instead. How to develop the attitude you need to sustain you through the hard times. How to get a handle on your debts so that they don't rule your life, and how to identify and then smash through any money blocks that you had. That's something I recently did this year or late last year, actually. How to make sure your prices match your worth and then get paid on time all the time. No more chasing invoices. And finally, how to make money in your business the no compromise way. So that's waiting for you over on my website, which is strunks.com/Kylie. So it's Karen Strunks, strunks.com/Kylie. And yeah, they're waiting for you now. Also, you know, if people want to connect, just Karen Strunks everywhere, on Twitter, on Facebook, etc. Website, YouTube, just type it in and there I am. And yeah, I think that's everything really.
That's awesome. That's amazing value, because I know how powerful your course is, and I'm going to go through it. So I'm actually going to go through it. I was reading about it earlier. So
brilliant.
Yeah, thanks for that.
You'll get a new piece of training, well, straight away today, and then every day for the next, well, it's a 7-day course, so you get one every day. Also, I wanted to mention I have got a free Facebook group that I kind of hang out in every day, and I'm there to help and support people. Is that okay if I give that a quick mention?
Yeah, and I can put a link below the video as well, so anyone that watches a replay, I'll put a link up. Yeah.
That's brilliant. Well, it's called, if you go to Facebook and search Rebel Business Bitches, that's a free Facebook group. So that's the kind of, this is about the straight talk about business and doing it on your terms. And I started it because for me there were too many unicorns and fluffy pussycats and flowers in the world of female entrepreneurship, and I was like, no, I'm not having this. This is Rebel Business Bitches. We're getting business done. We are doing it on our terms without the unicorns. I'm okay for a unicorn now and again, but not.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that. Anyway, we won't go live too much with that one, but yeah, it's very powerful. As you can see, the thing I love about Karen is she says it how it is, which gets you results, and I love that because you're so honest, you're straightforward. You know, if people really want to get results, then working with someone like you, they're going to get it, and I think that's the most powerful thing you can be. You take action, you show people how to get there, and I think that's, you know, you're really passionate about people living on their own terms, and that comes through all the way. So, you know, I couldn't ask for anyone better on my show to share that passion, and that I know that I have the same passion, and it's great having people like you around. It's just awesome. So,
Well,
and that's just an amazing bonus. So if you guys are watching, I will send it with the people that registered, because I know there's a couple of people that are registered but couldn't make the live show,
Yeah.
and they've already emailed me, so I'm going to give them an added bonus of having access to that one. But if you haven't registered, sorry, too late, it's gone. It's only for the people that got in early and got for the show. But I'm going to share, I've also got a bonus at the moment because I'm part of a, I guess, not promotion, but it's more about sharing knowledge and giving you guys ideas, called Rock Your Profits. And it's set up by Andrea Sullinger, who I had on my show a few weeks ago. She's a sales coach and just phenomenal business coach. And she's set up a, she's got together basically a group of entrepreneurs to share their knowledge and to help you increase your profits. And I'm part of that summit. And it's literally just launched about an hour ago. So I haven't got the link yet, so I'll put the link up later. But there's something like 50 free gifts of people sharing different knowledge. So I guess you can go through, choose what you need help on. In there, I'm showing, I've probably given away way too much. It's like you said, it's like, yeah, let's give it all away. But I did a 9-part video course on how I created my web TV show. So if anyone wants to know the inside secrets to how I created my show, what steps I went through 9 key phases to create it. And I'm actually going to be doing probably a 10 or 12-week course on it. I'm just putting that together at the moment because everyone keeps asking me, how do I create a web TV show like you've got? So I'm going to put that together shortly. But in that, I did a really quick kind of 9-part video series of how to go about, like, literally the steps I went through. And some of that is really powerful because some of it's very much like we were talking earlier. It's, you know, what's your why? Why are you involved? How can you help people? And I think that's a common theme against anything that you do. So that's in that Rock Your Profits for free. I'm going to probably be charging something like $97 for it later. So you've got in it early before it goes live on my site and goes out to other people. So grab that as well, and there'll be a link below the video for this, and I'll send that out as well. So we've got mindset sorted and we've got profit sorted.
Ooh.
What more could they ask for? What
Awesome.
more could they ask for? So no, thank you so much for your value. You know, you've given away some amazing tips today, and you know, if anyone follows, and especially like really guys, look at how she took her business down from 80 to 100 hours to 16 hours. I think that's probably one of the most powerful things that's been shared over the last few weeks. And, you know, if you can really nail that, it's like the old 80-20 rule. What you did was you eliminated the 80% of the other stuff.
Yeah.
You took down the 20% that makes a difference in your business, because it makes a difference to other people. You know, like you said, Karen and I don't talk about money for the sake of money. We talk about the money because of what you'll do with it when you have it. You know, it's whether you spend more time with your family, whether you get to travel more, whether you just get to have fun in life. We only get one life and we don't get to replay it. So why not have fun along the way doing it? You know, and if that means you get a bit of extra income or some extra time on your hands, really just make that effort and get in there. So Karen's given away an awesome bonus. I can't believe you've given that away for free tonight, so thank you so much. And it's been awesome having you on the show. If there are any other questions,
so much.
Yeah, drop them in the box. Like you said, connect with Karen on her group. Then you can ask any other questions if you've got them as well. If you kind of absolve this later and then go, oh, wish I'd asked that, which most people do. Yep. So yeah, look forward to it, and we will see you next week. I have talking about money mindset. I've got Anne Wilson on next week, the Wealth Chef. So I'm looking forward to having her share her secrets next week as well. And then I'm very excited to announce I managed to get Kelly Fidel on the show, who is a massive, massive US speaker. She's all about going from that to the 6-7 figures, no glass ceiling, her. So she's on a couple of weeks' time as well. So awesome speakers coming up, guys. So look forward to seeing you next week. And thanks again, Karen. I really appreciate your time.
You're so welcome. Thank you so much, Kylie. Appreciate it.